I hate being the one that sees shit. I do. I hate being the majority of the time, I hate being the one who knows things before everyone else or sees the pattern before everyone else sees the pattern. Um, because when people don't see what I see, I find myself having to try to make them see it. And what happens is I'm constantly repeating myself. And it's just like there comes a point where you have to know you're not obligated to keep repeating yourself in order for everyone else to either agree with you or to concede to what you're saying. Because I've gotten to a point with energy clearing, with walking in the spirit, with talking to spirits, that if you don't believe what I'm saying to you, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I did my part. My only job was to convey the information. My job was not to make you use it or even internalize it. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here for you to just get it. You understand? For me to teach it, for me to show it to you, and for me to move on and go do what I'm supposed to do. And you do what you're supposed to do with it. Like I always tell you, every time you see me, you should have a notebook, because there's going to be something that they want you to know that you're going to have to remember. Does that make sense? But this is really for the video. This is really for the video. This video is really for the people like me is conveying the information. You convey the information, you do what you want to do with it, and that's it. These gnats are crazy. It's like between fruit and summer. Oh my God, whatever. But yeah, so it made me lose my whole train. The whole train went. The whole train went. But yeah, so you need to know when it's time to be quiet. When it's time to, you said you already told them. I already told you this. I'm not going to keep repeating what I'm telling you. Like now I'm just beating that horse, and we're not doing that. We're not doing that anymore. You have a gift that you were given. And if the people around you don't understand that you have a gift that you were given, and they don't want to understand or receive what you are giving them, you just do your job and give them the information and leave it where you left it. That's it. Because, not to get cliche, but sometimes it's just a seed and someone else waters it and someone else reaps a harvest from it. It might just be a seed, but if you see that you keep talking to the person about this and talking to the person about this and trying to find different ways and different examples, you know how I know this? Why? Because I've done it. I've done the let me try to find a new way to explain the same thing. No, now you just gotta, whatever comes. If you're gonna hit that wall, you're gonna hit that wall. I tried to show you a different route. If you didn't want to see the different route, then now whatever comes after it, you're liable for it. That's what a lot of people don't understand. Now I'm talking to the people who receive the information. When someone like me gives you information and you believe that it's sound and it's right, or whether you don't believe that it's real and it's sound and it's right, but I gave you the information, and someone else gave you the information, and someone else gave you the information, and your own mind gave you the information, whatever happens to you after that, that's your full responsibility. That's your responsibility. And whatever happens is on you because you were warned. You're being warned. You're constantly being warned. This is happening. This is not a game. It is a game. But you know what I mean? It's not this. They're not going to just be like, oh, it's you, so it's fine. No, it comes for all of us. So if you don't play this game right, it's going to blow back on you. And when it blows back on you, you can't say, I didn't know. Oh, I didn't know it, oh, whatever. You can't say that. You understand? What you're going to have to say is, oh shit, I didn't listen. And think no judgment free zone. I've done it. I've done it where it got to a point now. I just do what my spirits tell me to do. I do what I'm nudged to do. If I'm nudged to go this way, I'm going to go this way. If they tell me don't disconnect, I'm not going to disconnect. You understand? I've done all those things and it did not feel good. You understand? Remember, pay attention to how you feel. It does not feel good. So it's like, we're not doing that. But for the people who are conveying the information, if they're not listening to you, stop talking. You are not obligated to make people agree with you or concede. Whatever happens to them, happens to them. You did your part. You understand? You cannot drag a dead body up a hill or drag a person up a hill that they don't want to go, because they're going to keep sliding back down because they don't want to be there. Or you're going to carry them on your back. You're going to go up the hill and then you're going to start getting tired. And a journey that should have taken you like 2 days is going to take you 5 to 6, 7 years because you got somebody on your back that should not be there because they don't even want to go where you're going. So not only are they like, oh my God, I want to go, and that's dead weight. They're on top of you and you're trying to get where you need to go. A lot of you, if you let go of a lot of these people that are not listening to you and not listening to what you need to be, I'm not telling you to cut them off completely, but you need to start distancing yourself a little bit. You need to start bringing some space between you, and you're going to notice how much higher you go. You know how I know? Because I've done it. There was people in my life that were very close to me and shit wasn't moving. The minute I started to detach myself and move away from them, more things started happening for me and I started to move higher into where I wanted to go. You understand? Because I was surrounded by people who weren't doing what I was doing. They weren't trying to have a clothing line. They weren't trying to do anything. They were working a 9 to 5. They went to work. They came home. They watched TV. They ate dinner. They went on vacation. For me personally, I haven't been on a vacation. I cannot wait to start fucking traveling because this building shit sucks. But I don't go on vacation. One of the reasons why I don't go on vacation is, why am I going to go somewhere that I probably can't afford right now? Because when you're building an empire, the majority of your money goes into sustaining the empire. So it's like that I haven't made empire level money yet. Do you understand? So me going to fucking Fiji or going someplace else and coming home to bills and things that shouldn't be there because I decided to go to fucking Fiji instead of being here, building the brand, building and using Fiji money to see this. What am I doing right now? You understand? What am I doing right now? So you have to understand, I don't travel because of that reason. You know, if you're like, I don't understand why I don't go anywhere. You don't go anywhere because it's not time yet. You have to build this thing before you go and have a false dopamine drip that's going on. You understand? You have a false dopamine drip. You still got to come back home to a life you don't like. That's not what I want. I want to have a life that I like and then go out to the world and spread that joy around the world and come back to the life that I love and be like, oh, that was a good vacation. Let's see what we can do next. And just, you know, and take everything I learned from out there and bring it to this life too and amplify it. You see how that energy feels like a current? But what a lot of these people are doing is they work a 9 to 5 and they pretend to have luxury. I don't want to pretend to have luxury. I want to be in luxury. And that's the standard. You understand? I don't want to go to a 5-star because I've done it. I've done it. When I worked for Black Enterprise Magazine, they put you up in the I think it was the Waldorf or the one of the high profile hotels that I have never thought I would ever stay at. And I had my own room because I was the executive assistant to the CFO. So I had my own room, and I was just like, oh my God, this is amazing. Everything was so white and clean and shiny, and you had room service, and you got fed, and there was lobster towers or seafood towers, and it was so luxurious, and it was great, and it was beautiful. And I was like, oh my God, I can't wait I'm going to start traveling the minute I get home, and put money aside to go travel so I can live so I can experience this again. And I was just like, okay. And then I got home to my mediocre apartment that had bugs and shit and people that did not belong in there, and that weren't paying rent, and it's like I looked at my life and I was just like, ah. But that was the time when I vowed that I would not try to escape my life. I would fix my life. People who, this is my opinion, and it's just how I feel. You go to luxurious places to escape your life. You don't want this life anymore. So you're going to escape that life and go pretend to have a life that you want. That's why a lot of people are like, oh, I need a vacation. I definitely need a vacation, but I need a vacation because I need to escape my life. I need a vacation because I need to relax because I am tired. But other people are like, I need a vacation because I need to escape my life. And it's just like, yeah, but how about you come home and change your life from the vacation that you had? Because I started to rearrange my life when I started to go travel for work at Black Enterprise, because I would see the different ways other people had things set up, and I started doing that, But we got very much off topic. It's more about the people who I'm talking to right now are the people who are talking, like myself, who are telling people what they should do, because we don't tell you what to do, but what you should do. And I feel that we tend to talk to people who are not ready for the information that we're giving, but we are sent to them anyway. Does that make sense? There are times that I'm sent to people who don't even understand what I'm talking about. So it gets challenging, it gets annoying sometimes. This is why I tell my team I want healers and people who life changers. That's who I want to serve. I don't I'm not a big fan of serving people who don't want to be served. If you're not ready for me, I can't hang out with you. I can't help you, because I'm going to keep repeating myself, and I'm going to keep repeating myself until you either get annoyed and we stop hanging out, or I'm going to keep repeating myself so it can drill in your head, and that makes me exhausted, fucks up my throat chakra, and makes me tired. And don't even talk about what it does to my energy. So I'm not doing that. I'm not going to do that. I'll tell you once, I'll tell you twice. I'm not telling you a third time. If you see me tell you a third time, it's because I was forced to by your spirit team and mine. Because I don't keep repeating myself. And neither should you. You understand? You got to stop repeating yourself. Because if they're not listening to you now, they're not going to listen to you when you say it a third time. All right? I love you guys. Stay up, stay blessed. Deuces, we out.